could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word.
Well, good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to such a morning person.
Welcome to the land of the living. G'day, guys. Welcome back to another episode. Where are we, darling?
We're at Para View, so we're about 10 k's outside of Port Lincoln.
We didn't really want to go into the hustle and bustle of big old Port Lincoln, right?
No, and it's only $10 a night here.
Is it? I think it's 20.
It's $20 a night here.
But it's beautiful. It's amongst the trees. Sometimes I've got to kick myself that we can just kind of park up here in our little hotel on wheels and just have everything we need.
So it's just a bush camp really here.
But it's been nice. There's been ringneck parrots coming through in the afternoons. The kids have been building little shelters. We've been setting up the hammocks and relaxing.
Yeah.
Taking a little bit of time off camera, guys. If you remember last week at the end of the episode, we went on a wombat hunt, and let me kind of fill you in on what happened. Before we left, I put marks on my nachos in the barbecue.
Yeah.
And then the moment we came back, I ate my nachos by the fire.
And what did you forget to do?
Well, when we were on our wombat hunt, I picked up wombat poo because I wanted to show the kids that the wombat poo was square.
And
I didn't wash my hands when I came back and ate. So that night, I woke up with like excruciating gut pains. Like it felt like what I imagined contractions would feel like.
So it was a rough night for both of us because I had to listen to him.
So I got food poisoning, and it's actually kind of hilarious because I was sitting out by the fire talking with Mark, and one of the things that came up in conversation is how we've never got gastro before. So I jinxed myself.
Yeah, so
luckily, I think it wasn't gastro. I think it was food poisoning because nobody else ended up suffering from it.
Poop poisoning, as we've been calling it, wombat poo poisoning.
But let me tell you, it was an extremely unpleasant experience.
How you feeling, love?
Like I've been kicked in the nuts.
I promise I didn't do that.
Oh God.
Anything I can do?
Everything.
Magically make it go away?
Yeah.
So I had to do a whole bunch of things by myself, which was really interesting. I packed down the whole caravan while Brett was in here like dying slowly. And I hitched up and we drove to another camp, and I had to cook and buy food and look after him.
It was about the worst drive that I've ever had in my life.
It was
every pullover stop I was like, oh, do I tell her to pull over?
Yeah,
So
we've only got like a massive huge tub for him to hold if he was sick. So
man. So a lesson to you guys: wash your hands. Hygiene. But anyway, guys, we are on to a new episode. We were here in Lincoln because Mel has completed her medical.
For work, yes.
And we are off to our very last camp before we become working people.
Before we stop for, I don't know how long we're stopping for.
But it is a travel day and a jobs day, and we've got a lot of jobs to do. It never ceases to amaze me just how many jobs there are to do.
What's job one? Mel, get dressed.
And job number one,
job number two for the day. I got dressed.
Job number two, we need a load of groceries.
Well, now I get to play Tetris and pack all this away and pack the van for travel.
What do you think, kids? Should I do it?
I think you should.
You think I should do it? You think I should do it? Alright, Mum, when you see this, you know where the idea came from. Good job, darling. I was a little slow on the draw. I didn't catch up. And now we play the travel game, off in search of the never-ending...
Camp? No.
Well, no, the never-ending saga of finding a dump point and a water-filled place.
And we're off. We're heading towards getting water and dumping the toilet, but what do you kids want to do?
Listen to the Hobbit!
We have been listening to audiobooks and we started listening to The Hobbit, and it's done by the guy who plays
Andy
Gollum.
Serkis, who plays Gollum.
And you should have heard the kids when he actually put on the Gollum voice.
It was really cool to watch them experience it. Or listen, yeah, it was really good. So we're trying to finish that at the moment before we move on to the next book.
Also, shout out to South Australian roads. Like, you want to kind of feel like you're no longer driving through the cities and stuff anymore. Come to South Australia. Look at this. Half the roads we drive on around here, they're all dirt roads.
They're all dirt roads and they're
But-
really well maintained.
But they are quite well maintained. All right, book time.
In the meanwhile, the dwarves sat in darkness, and utter silence fell about them. Little they ate, and little they spoke.
Good job, Mel. You found the water.
And the dump point, how exciting.
Funny enough, we actually stayed in this little RV park the last time we were in this part of the world.
Yeah,
In between these trees, just over here.
it's not changed much.
No, it's
Not
a
free
lot.
anymore though.
It's
Oh,
a
no,
lot
it's still
quieter.
paying, yeah.
It's a lot quieter. But that could be the time of day. But we are, as we've said a few times, we are quite early in the season here in South Australia. So there is that. But anywho, we will now fill up with water. And whose turn is it for toilet?
It's yours.
My turn.
Yay!
You get a day off, Mel. It always feels like we film you doing the toilet, doesn't
yeah,
it?
No, lately it has been, but it's your turn now.
Here we go. We have made it to Tumby Bay South Beach Camp. Hey look, Mel, there's Lounge Rock.
I know! How exciting to be back here. It's a little windy today, but
So guys, we have camped here before.
like,
Long time ago, nearly 3 years ago, back with overland exposure. And we would go down and sit on this rock down here, which we coined as Lounge Rock. And that was our perch for sunset drinks. And I am really looking forward to getting back there. Wow, she still looks as beautiful as I remember. What do you think?
I think I'm excited. I like South Australia.
It's your last camp too, before you got to get to work.
Oh no, don't remind me.
Well, there you go, guys. That is the outlook. As you can see, we are still hanging out with the Whittles, and we are waiting on. I am a Klingon, and we are waiting for the arrival of a special guest who has just arrived. Here comes friends of the show, howdy travellers. You might remember these guys from such episodes as the Ningaloo Shuffle. How we going, guys? Good to see you.
Good to be back in South Australia.
Loving it. How we doing, Elliot?
Good.
Malcolm the Falcon, he's growing the beard. Looking
the
pretty
hair.
dashing in there, mate. You look like a real traveller. I reckon if you swing in, we'll have to see if we can swing you in somehow. Yeah. Give me a minute, I'll put this away and we'll figure it out. Well, the kids are getting reacquainted.
5, 6, 7. Good job.
The adults are getting reacquainted. The mums are having a beverage.
Cheers.
The flies are atrocious, but I think we might all reacquaint ourselves, have a few beverages, and we'll catch you guys when we get a bit of nice weather. Good morning, guys. This is Tumby Bay South Camp, and this is our outlook from camp. Not a bad little spot if you ask me, but guys, we've been here for a few days now and it has been blowing its ass off the entire time that we've been here. And nothing really ruins a camp more than windy conditions. There's not a whole lot to do around here in Tumby Bay other than take advantage of the beautiful ocean and the beautiful beaches, and wind makes that near impossible. But today's the day. We have the one day where we can get out and do some fishing. We've got some calm conditions today. So actually funny enough, all we have been doing is sitting around camping, talking, and one of the things we've said is we've actually been camping with the Whittles now for 9 weeks total, if you count our time in Tasmania. And there were several occasions where I promised them fish, and Clem has said, if I catch fish, she will cook it. So I'm making it my mission today to prove that I am capable of catching fish. So I'm going to get out in the inflatable and see if we can't go out and catch a few King George whiting. But first, coffee. Alright, we made it out here. Beautiful calm conditions. There you go, Owen.
Thank you.
So what I'm fishing with are these little dropper rigs. You've got a sinker down the bottom, a couple of little T-knots for the hooks. These are little 4/0 bait holder hooks. Got a squid tube left over from our days fishing on Tumby Beach. I'm just going to be
Cautious.
sticking these through several times. Look at that. I like to leave a nice long little dangly bit hanging out, attracting the fish. And one on this side.
So do I just drop it down again?
And then you just drop it straight down. You nailed it on. You've almost like you've done this before, hey?
I have. We have, haven't we?
Alright. Let's see if there's any whiting down there, mate.
Yep. I just see that. Hold this and then just.
That's right, don't look, Dad. Drop it down. Until it gets to the bottom.
I can see.
And now we play the waiting game. Well, Dad's actually going to play the fishing game too. I didn't even get to move from my position.
I put a bit.
Alright.
Is it whiting?
No, this is called a Tommy Rough.
Yeah, Tommy Rough. Hey, and it didn't even get my bait. Hooray.
Actually, it might be a little salmon. It might also mean... See, I'm not sure if this is a Tommy Rough or a little salmon. You can eat the little Tommy Roughs. I might have to check on my phone to be sure, but this is not the target fish, so we're going to keep trying to see if we can find some whiting.
Just. That was so quick.
I think we may be onto the first whiting. Oh yes!
Oh, it's good.
Yes!
Oh, it's a stronger fish.
Oh yes!
Whiting.
That right there.
A legal
The
one.
King George whiting.
And it's legal, Jeff.
Oh my gosh, it's an elbow slapper. That's a fish and a half. South Australia, baby! Whiting down here need to be 32. Really confident that we're over that here. This guy's coming in at 42 centimeters. 42 centimeter King George whiting. Well, Clem, darling, I'm going to provide the goods out here. I can guarantee it because we've been fishing for about 2 minutes. You get myself a bucket full of these, see if we can feed the whole tribe back at camp. How good is South Australia? not far enough.
Yeah.
Wow.
We caught so many fish. We caught so many
Guys.
fish.
We were fishing for just over an hour and I've honestly lost count. Have a look at this.
We caught so much fish. We caught.
I'm going to pull them out and get a bit of a count. I can't wait to take these back and show Clem what she's cooking for dinner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in an hour that works out to about a fish every 5 minutes. As you can see, Owen is insanely happy because we've been catching fish. I'm going to go back up and see what Clem thinks of this. That's a workout. There's kilos and kilos of fish. I can't wait to see Clem's reaction. You know how I've been promising fish for a while?
Yes. We're here, cleaned up today. I'm afraid to ask. I don't even know what they are.
The King George whiting. I'll clean them up and fillet them, and then I can't wait to see what you're going to do with it.
Fish for dinner, yay! It's only been...
See, I can catch
can
fish.
catch.
I just need the wind to go away.
It looks good. Did you catch some fish, Owen?
Yep. I caught 6.
Oh, so the number's going up.
Great. How many did you actually catch?
I caught 6, but 3 of
Well, one of the downsides of catching so much fish and squid is I've got a hell of a job ahead of me to go and clean all these up. I'm going to head down to the beach and do that now. Beck has kindly offered to help. I taught you how to clean squid last time we were together, so she's offered to do the squid.
Let's hope I remember, hey?
I'll be here to guide you. Let's go get it done. So after I went fishing this morning with Owen and caught our feed of fish, I took the Howdy Travellers out to go for a fish, and I was hoping to catch more whiting, but we didn't do so well there. But I swear to God, guys, I caught the Kraken. I'm going to roll the footage and show you what I'm talking about. All right, guys, I have just captured the biggest squid I've ever seen in my entire life.
What do you got for us, Brat?
It's a donkey. That is the biggest southern calamari I've ever seen. What a horse. That'll
That's
feed a
massive.
family. Get in close. Look at the size of that.
Hello, friend.
Amazing. And there it is there. And Beck's offered to cook calamari and add that to our fish and chips. So Beck's going to handle cleaning up the squid, and I'm going to show you guys how I clean up my whiting. First off, I need a really sharp knife. Knife is all sharpened up, so let's get this fish filleted. What I'll do is a big cut in behind the fin like this. And from here, I'm going to turn my knife and run it down the spine of the fish. From there I'm going to come down to the rib cage and just use the knife to follow that rib cage out. Now I'm kind of lazy, so instead of scaling the fish, I just skin them. And just like that, we got a beautiful fillet of skinless whiting. Now I've only got to do that, what, 21 more times.
I now have a massive bowl of fish that I am done with. I'm going to take this over and deliver it to the Whittles, where Clem has promised to cook for us tonight. Knock knock. There you go. I told you I can provide fish.
You did good.
I can't wait to see what you do with it.
Yeah, I think we're going to crumb it, tonight. And I might cut it up a bit smaller and do fish bites with some tartar sauce.
Yum, yum,
Yeah,
yum.
sounds good. So I'm going to crumb it and prepare it, and Mark's going to cook it.
It'll be a Whittles team effort, will it?
It's always a team effort these days.
So it happens with young children. Now, you're welcome. Thank you for cooking. I am absolutely exhausted and I stink like fish, and I know Mel does not like that, does she?
I do not.
Especially not with what I plan to do next, which is have a nap. So I'm going to head down there, have a swim in that beautiful blue water, have a little shower, and then I think I'm going to have a kip because I don't have to prepare dinner.
Now we've got Kaylee's babysitting services. Now she's moved on to feeding services. She doesn't charge much, a box of cheeses an hour. Just a box of cheeses a day, is it?
I think at the moment she seems to be doing it out of her love because we haven't given her cheeses for a while.
We over cheeseled her.
I've got cheddar for cheese.
It's our whiting production line.
It's very impressive.
Yes.
Who's got the eggy job?
I do.
Fantastic.
My fingers.
Your
It's the
fingers.
worst, honestly. But so worth it. So the guys cleaned up on whiting today. They got 11. One of them was no good, so they got 10 in the end. And I've just chopped them up into smaller pieces to make little crumb bitey bits. And I think they're going to be delicious.
And how are you going to eat them? Just plain? Or are you going to put them in
We're
something?
thinking about putting ours in a wrap. But they will also taste good just plain because we got some tartar sauce today for dipping.
Dipping.
I'm drooling just thinking about it.
Is that because it's so close to dinner time?
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry.
Well, talking about dinner time though, it's only 5.
What time have you been eating, Mel?
Like at 8 or 7:30.
So Brett cooks late.
He's still adjusting to the light difference.
That's what he tells us anyway. We're going to make sure you get fed early tonight, Mel.
Yeah, yum. Howdy, Hal.
Howdy.
How's it going? Oh,
Good, we're finished chopping up.
hang on, sorry. The door's on the wrong side.
Howdy.
Howdy, Hal.
We're finished chopping up the squid.
Wow, look at that pile.
So now I'm just making the batter. So we're going to put the squid in this, and then we're going to cook it on the stove in batches in some oil, and we're going to have some salt and pepper squid.
Like a shallow fly? Shallow fly.
Shallow fry, like a bzzz fly.
Shallow fry.
Shallow fry, yes.
That
yeah.
sounds amazing.
I've got some oil here.
Ooh,
Yep.
that's epic. It's making me drool just thinking about it.
Apparently you guys have had this recently. This
We
recipe.
did. At
Whose
Blueby
was it?
Park. It was Andrews
Different.
vs Australia.
Yeah. So shout out to them because we're borrowing their recipe.
Ah,
So hopefully, I don't know if mine will do as good justice because Brett said it was the best squid he'd ever tasted. So the pressure's on.
the pressure's on.
Feeling it?
I think he can rise to the challenge though.
Hopefully.
Wow, that's a huge pile of fish, guys. Well
It's gonna
done.
be so good. I'm excited.
What are you making now?
Well, we put the breadcrumbs, the egg, and the flour into a bowl, and I cooked Curie a little pancake.
That's adorable.
So it
Just
saves
so
it
we
going to
don't
waste.
waste it.
Look at that,
Nothing
guys.
you usually can't eat. So
That's
Cherry
adorable.
pancake. Wait,
Curie
you need
pancake.
to use the fork to carve out a C in it. So here.
We can do that.
You've
Make
been
it
told.
all the more special.
No, someone's walking on the bed now too. Walking everywhere.
Bye.
everywhere now.
Oh no. Remember, turn around.
Good save, Kaylee. Good save.
You're alive. It's okay.
Jeepers.
Alright, Mark is on the cook on the fish. This is a very different technique to something I've ever explained. You want to tell us what's going on here?
Well, I can't really shallow fry very well, or deep fry even. So I just make a very oily, hot frying pan, and just cook it that way with oil, and it works out okay. Brett just had a trial run, didn't you, Brett?
I tasted them and I can't say there was any issues. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. My theory is the small batches, make sure the hot plate is clean between each one, and you get that nice golden brown here on the outside like
This
that.
is what Mark is pointing to. That's
That's it.
beautiful. Looks like it's been fried anyway.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, and now I'm going to bring you for a quick run over to the Howdy Travellers caravan, and we shall see what's going on in here. We've got the squid on the cook as well. Chips are in the oven and in the barbecue, so there'll be chips to go with. Hello, I'm coming in with a camera to see how progress is going. How are you doing?
It's a messy job,
Yeah,
but I feel like we're succeeding.
I'm going to come in close. How are we going?
Not
How
too
are we
bad.
living? That looks pretty good. And these are the ones done so far. They don't look too bad at all. Oh,
See how they go.
oh, I'm excited for dinner tonight.
You don't have to wait much.
I got that on camera.
It'll only be 5 minutes.
Let the feast begin. Come on in here, Mel. Have a look at what we got. We got chips cooked in the air fryer. We got salt and pepper squid. We got
Fish.
fish cooked on the
We got
barbecue.
lemon, tartare, aioli, and yum.
And friends. Let's not mention friends.
Let's not
No,
forget-
Let's mention the friends.
No, let's not forget the
Let's
friends.
not mention the friends. They're the unmentionable friends.
Well done, Beck, on cooking the
Thank you.
the calamari.
Had a few explosions. Had some oil hit the roof in the van.
Is that because the
Some
Kraken
oil
released
hit
his
the
fury?
That Kraken, I tell you, it went cracking.
They nearly sunk.
Well
the
done
boat.
on prepping the thingy for the thingy.
It was a joint effort between Mark and I and Kaylee.
Honestly, we can't wait any longer.
Yep.
It's getting cold and this food's going to get cold real quick.
Let's do it.
Let's dig in. 2468 bog in, don't wait.
Alright, so you got some calamari, you got a little bit of fish there, darling. What do you think?
Liam, it's because you were
Ready?
not paying attention, mate. No, it's just
Yum. Doesn't taste like fish. Tastes amazing.
Doesn't taste like fish. Fish doesn't taste like fish. So
amazing.
the key to a very nice fish for you is fish that doesn't taste like fish.
Pretty much.
I gotta say just one thing though. To think that this fresh fish was swimming out there not 6 hours ago, and now we're sitting here and we're chowing down on it, it is just amazing. And what else are we amazed about today, folks? Is it not the fact that it's not windy?
Windy.
We actually get to have a day sitting out here and enjoying ourselves.
It's one of the worst things about travelling is managing wind.
Wind just makes it difficult.
Wind can be really unpleasant. You're probably hearing a little bit of it coming through. It's starting to pick up, and pretty much this is the end of it. We're going to be all retreating back to the vans after all this, aren't we?
Yeah, the wind picks up.
For our last couple of days, we got today. But we got today, and we should be thankful, should we not? Oh, guys, that dinner was amazing.
I'm so full I could go into a food coma.
Nothing went to waste despite the massive volume of seafood we were able to capture by ourselves. I love that. Just being able to catch food and eat it, it does
And you got
something.
like the best experience today. You had dolphins swimming around your boat too. That
Does
was
something for
cool.
the soul. Yeah, actually, there's been a few experiences. I'll quickly play a few clips over the top. When I took the Howdy Travellers out, we had dolphins come in and, what do you call it, porpoise in around the boat. And then the kids were down playing on the rocks, and the pod of dolphins came in and they were, I don't know, 5-10 meters away from the kids. I think they were talking to the kids, and that was really cool. Ah, guys, we just live in the dream. But there is one more thing that we wanted to share with you about this camp, and that is our favorite part. We've just come for a walk down here to a little spot that we call Lounge Rock.
It's like the perching area, isn't it?
It's the perch of this camp, and it's brilliant. We love it. Brought a couple of pillows, got a beverage each. You come down here and sit at Lounge Rock. You lead the way, darling.
The great part is the kids are just back getting ready for bed. So we can have some adult time.
We actually get to come down here and sit down here by ourselves and enjoy sitting at Lounge Rock whilst the other parents deal with their younger children. This is, what would you call it? A perk of getting older, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say. Look, you even brought me a pillow. Look at that.
Seat yourself, Mel.
Seat myself.
What do you think? I like this. This is why I call it Lounge Rock, because I go with this position.
All right, so we're different, are we?
Oh, I like that. Sit back here and we'll allow that sun to set. But guys, with that, I think we might wrap up this week's video. Thank you so much for watching.
Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and we'll see you on the next adventure, guys.
Bye.